Well, hey, we are live. Welcome back, friends, to the Castro Valley News live show. This thing that we do every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. If you're new to the show, we do not do any video. We're just doing audio, kind of like an old school radio show. If you would like, if you have a question, a comment, a concern, a complaint, a confession, feel free to call in or text. Texting might be easier. It's 510-331-9112. I'll give you that one more time. 510-331-9112 if you would like to text any information, comments, questions, concerns, complaints. That's the number, 510-331-9112. And I am kind of amazed we are here in episode 34. We've done this 34 times. And I think every episode, you guys make it better. You guys are awesome. You guys are remarkable. And I'm going to toot your horn here. A couple days ago, a gentleman that I've known through the page for quite some time, his name is Paul. He sent in a photo of himself at age, I think, 3 or 4. And it was an amazingly cool photo of himself and a firefighter. And actually, the post that we put up said that it was from 2003. And I have a correction. It's actually from 2002. I just found that out today. Hey, Kathy, how are you? And Ollie, hello. Sorry, I'm just catching up. I should have done a roll call, and I apologize for that because I like seeing who's out there and I like saying hello to people. So Gabby said that was such a cute picture. That was just cute is an understatement. It's just a great photo. And getting back to the photo itself, I really want to thank you guys. It's another testament to just how awesome you guys are and how awesome our community is. Within like an hour, let me get back to the description of the photo. Paul is 3 or 4 years old with a firefighter, and he was trying to find the information to maybe contact the firefighter, and the firefighter was found within an hour. And today, through the generosity and wonderful jumping bending over backwards to make this happen, thank you to Brian Santoni of Alameda County Fire. We were able to go to Fire Station 25 on San Miguel, and Don Duncan, the firefighter in the photo, was gracious enough to come out and meet Paul. Paul is actually leaving, from what I understand, tomorrow for a 911 dispatch job in Arizona, and that meeting back in 2002 was the inspiration for Paul to get into a career of public service. And Paul has done dispatch for Caltrans, and also he's worked for Hayward Area Parks, and now he's going to be a dispatcher for 911 in Arizona for, I believe it's the police department out there. So we were able to get Don and Paul together this morning and have them meet. And I have to thank you guys because I was able to meet Don and Paul, who are both awesome people. I had a pleasure talking with them, and it's a lot of fun to see on the page. If you haven't seen it, we recreated the photo of Don and Paul with one of the hose lines at the fire station, and just one of those things that just makes for lack of a better term, it's a very warm and fuzzy thing. It's just a warm thing to see people in our community coming together, and also for you guys again. Thank you guys again for really stepping up to the plate and finding this person, finding Don. And I had a blast talking to Don about, oh gosh, we were talking about news, and we were talking about newspapers, and we were talking about how news has changed, and we discussed that kind of at length during last week's episode of the live show. But again, thank you guys so much for being that conduit to make so many awesome things in our community happen. It's really you guys. You guys do it all. I'm amazed at how fast things happen. But getting back to the meeting with Paul and Don, we did a live stream of it, and the fire department did a live stream as well. It's on their Instagram page if you want to check that out. But I think just the photo that we posted and the video that we posted of them, talking about when they first met, and what they're, where each of them are at now in public service. Don retired. I apologize. I don't know how long ago Captain Don retired. He was a captain when he retired. Just one of those community stories that it puts a smile on your face. Thank you again. Thank you guys for doing that. Ollie is saying, question for me. Sorry, question for Robert. That is me. I'm Robert. Castro Valley Boulevard, great place to build a radio station. That would be great. The cool thing about it is we don't really need a radio station because we have the internet and there's no overhead. We don't have to find a building. We don't have to build antennas. We don't have to construct any infrastructure. It's all right here online, and it's free. It's awesome. Hey Bob. It's good to see Bob's back. How are you doing, Bob? I hope you are well, sir. Bob is saying Fireman Tony at Station 25 saw his daughter with his 3-year-old granddaughter walking by and gave my 3-year-old a fireman's hat and a sticker, told he made her day. We are so fortunate to have a lot of amazing people with Alameda County Fire. Brian Santoni is one of them, local guy. He's their PIO for the time being. I tagged the fire department in that photo, and Brian came in immediately and identified the firefighter in that photo as Don Duncan. Don's son also messaged in that, hey, that's my dad. So, and I think there was a sister or a cousin or someone else who also commented, but there were a lot of people who recognized this firefighter as from his service in our community. I believe, from what I was told, Don was stationed at Station 25. Don Shalpy, how are you doing, Don? Love you, brother. So Captain Don was stationed at station number 25. And also station number 7, which is up in Palomares. And I think a lot of the opinion of that original photo, I believe that was taken up in Palomares, but we ended up on station 25 to take the photo. And I'm trying to find an interesting voice to introduce Don Scialpi, but I will just say, Don, it's a pleasure to have you here. You are a gentleman and a scholar, both at the same time. You're that good at multitasking. Thank you, Don, for all of your support through the years. And one last time, thank you guys so much for making that photo recreation happen. I think everybody was thinking, as soon as we identified who the firefighter was in the photo, everybody was on the same page saying we need to recreate that photo. There were actually a lot of comments on that post, people pushing for us to to recreate that photo, and it turned out fantastic. The entire morning was just great. Thank you guys so much for making that amazing story happen. Um, Something else I wanted to bring to your attention is we're partnering with a local administrator nurse at one of the care homes here in Castro Valley, and what we what we would really love to do is, due to the pandemic and just the state of where we're at now, there are a lot of seniors at care homes and nursing homes who may not have any visitors during the holidays, may not receive, any, cards from family or friends. So we're kind of organizing a holiday card drive, excuse me, to get some of those cards and some goodwill and some joy to some of these seniors who may be isolated during the holidays. So we have the person who kind of pitched the idea. It's not my idea. It was her idea. She has a post office box. So if you will want to, if you have some extra holiday cards that haven't been used that you'd like to address kind of anonymously, not anonymously, just in general to a senior citizen, we have a PO box, and that PO box is 20760. Of course, that's Castro Valley, California 94546. I'll give you the PO box number again because I tend to talk fast. PO box 20760, Castro Valley, California 94546. We will distribute them to the seniors. I'm sure if they're not getting any cards during the holidays, they will greatly appreciate it. You will warm their hearts in many ways. Just a few suggestions: do not include any personal contact information. Don't put your address on it. We're comfortable. I think it's best if you only include your first name. So if you were dear friend, Christmas card information, whatever message you want to put in there, and then at the end, definitely say sincerely or with regards or best wishes with your name. We're doing a lot of outreach to allow the nursing homes and care homes in town. We've got 3, I think, so far who are definitely interested in receiving at least 20 at each home. So if you have it in your heart to fill out some cards to some of these seniors who will I can speak on their behalf. I'm sure they will definitely be appreciative of receiving more cards, or any cards in the instance that they're not receiving any cards or not, seeing their family during the holidays. That would be wonderful. I think it's a great idea. And I know I mention every episode of how important it is to reach out to the senior citizens in our community, our neighbors, our friends, our loved ones who happen to be seniors, who may be isolated, feeling isolated at this time because of the shelter in place. They may not be getting any visitors. They may not be able to, go out and about in town due to the shelter in place. So one more time, please, if you can also make cards. That's totally cool as well. That would be awesome. We all know receiving a homemade card is a great feeling. So homemade cards are fine. Fine. Extra cards that you have sitting around, those are fine. If you want to shop local, you can definitely go to the Hallmark store in the village and say hello to our friends there and support our Hallmark store and buy some Christmas cards there. Don wants me to speak for them in the Sean Connery voice. please send some cards to the seniors. I don't want to do that too much because that's making light of the situation. But um, please do so if you can, if you can make some, if you have some extra cards. We'd love to kind of fill that gap for these seniors who may be isolated or not being visited by their family. And as we all know, the holidays can be a sad time and are probably going to be a bit more sadder for all of us because of the shelter in place, because we can't see all of our family, because of the shelter in place that's happening. And from what I've been hearing, I think the governor is going to implement something more than where we're at now. From what I understand, the case rates are going up, and I know it. Talking about COVID and the shelter in place is kind of a topic third rail. I don't want to dwell on it because it's divisive for a lot of people. But please, if you can, if you have it in your heart, if you want to get your kids busy on a project, one more time, the post office box is 20760, Castro Valley, California 94546. If you have issues with postage, or if you prefer to not send the cards that you make or fill out in the mail, send me a private message on the page, and we can make some arrangements to where I can pick them up from your porch, or I can give you the address of the office here, and if you prefer, you can leave them here. But I think let's fill this gap, and let's bring some joy to these seniors as much as we can. Thank you. I won't gloss over that again. Bob is mentioning he's having a surgery tomorrow at Eden. So far, everyone has been efficient and supportive. Lucky to have these facilities so close to home. Our Eden Hospital is amazing. I remember when the former hospital was uh, demolished, and when the new one was being built. That place is just state of the art. It's amazing. We are so lucky to not be a community that lost their hospital. The original hospital, built in 52, 54, I believe, built in the 50s, in the early 50s, was found to be seismically unstable, as you can imagine, and we all had to say goodbye to that hospital. That hospital has a special place for me. I was not born there, but I had a friend who had her first child there, and I rode my bicycle. I think it was like 10 o'clock. It was before I was driving, but I rode my bicycle up to Eden Hospital as my friend had her child up there. So that old building has special significance to me, and I'm sure even more significance for a lot of you guys. I'm sure a lot of you were born there. A lot of you people probably went there for a broken arm. Before I continue rambling, Bob, I hope your surgery goes great. I hope it's nothing significant, and you are definitely in good hands when it comes to Eden Hospital. It's one of the most frequented and it's a go-to trauma hospital for a lot of our first responders. We do have CalStar and the other helicopter trauma helicopters bring people here when there's terrible traffic accidents, and for good reason. We have a lot of good people at Eden Hospital, a great building. Um, but getting back to the old building, I'm sure it's got a lot of significance for you guys, since it was here for so long, and a lot of your family members were probably born there. Maybe some of your family members passed there, but definitely we are so fortunate. Not just for the hospital, we've got a brand new state of the art library as well, which when the shelter in place is over, we will all be able to go back and enjoy. I ride my bike past the library, both libraries actually, and the new library is It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The old library building is special. I know it's special to a lot of people. Laura is mentioning the new Eden will be 8 years old in December 3rd. That's amazing. God, that blows my mind. I remember when they were building that. I am getting old, apparently. Um, yeah, the old library on Redwood Road. I love that building. I love it so much. It's I'm closing my eyes right now and I'm smelling the carpet and I'm smelling the walls. Um, yeah, hopefully we can keep that building in our community, and we've talked about that before and done stories and discussed that about what may or may not happen with the building on the old library on Redwood Road. It's just that building is Castro Valley. It holds the character and soul and spirit of our town in so many ways. In so many ways, it's just got that look. Um, and like I said, once you going inside that building really is it's just like going home. And it's probably different for me because I worked there for a bunch of years, but I'm sure you guys studied there and spent a lot of time in that building. Um, Yeah, I love that building. Anyways, yeah. If anyone is listening that has a ton of money that wants to buy that building, please do so and make it a community center or make it a business incubator, and we will gladly pay you rent to have an office in that building. Don is mentioning his only complaint is our show is only once a week. Um, we will reach a point where we will do it more. I'm just kind of like I say every yeah. I first met Don. I first met Don Shelby at the old library. I met a lot of friends at that library, people that I'm still close to now. Um, the patrons, the people who came into the library are just top-notch people. I still see them at the new library over on Norbridge, and yeah, please, if you win the lottery, please buy that building and keep it in the community. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. I haven't heard anything new about it. Uh, Brian Phillips, I know Brian. Hey Brian, how are you, dude? Good to see you. I've known Brian for a ton of years too. Um, if someone is asking, the library building is for sale. It's actually not for sale. It's going through the process of county and public entities figuring out what sort of use will be in the future. So I hope me saying that doesn't make people think that the library's for sale. I'm just kind of pie in the sky dreaming about that. From what the last information that I heard, it might be a senior, sorry, not a senior, a veterans building of some sort. I don't know if it's going to be demolished and reconstructed for some sort of veterans use. There was some talk of it being demolished and have veteran housing there. Um, I honestly don't know the future of that building, but it's not it's not on the market to developers at this point. So I hope let's put a pin in that one. It's not That's not what's happening right now, but at some point it may. I hope not. I hope um, I hope the community and the supervisors in the county come together for some sort of um, a veterans community center. From what I understand, that's what Supervisor Nate Miley wanted. He approved it. The MAC approved it. Um, yeah, but the last say, I guess, is going to be on the county level. We will see what happens with that. If I hear anything, I'll definitely let you guys know because, um, as you probably already know, I would love for that building to remain a community asset. It was paid for I think in the 50s or late 50s, 60s, and it was paid for by Castro Valley. I think it was a half-cent sales tax that was pitched by a parent who was tired of having to walk over wooden planks that were placed over mud at the original library here in Castro Valley that was situated kind of where Walgreens is in the village. And it was a chicken brooder house. So as you can imagine, it was a small structure, but it was a chicken brooder house situated on a a spit of land that I believe the brooder house was donated to the library. And as you can imagine, the community outgrew that building, and the Redwood Road building was constructed from Castro Valley funds. The property, from what I understand, belongs to the county. So there you have, well, the building technically belongs to the county as well. So there you have kind of like a little tug of war there. But yeah, so Don, it was a pleasure meeting you at that building. I would love to have a Castro Valley News office there. I would love even more for there to be a community center option there for people to go there and study, for the veterans to have, like they initially pitched, a veterans library would be there for, military books and veterans books and information and some services there. Um, Congratulations. I have exhausted that topic. Thanks. For Christmas, the folks at the village are doing another contest, and I think this is cool. We're helping them promote this. It's another selfie contest. So if you go to the village and you're shopping and you're checking stuff out, they have where Al's Barbershop used to be. They have this is really cool. Go check it out. They have a Santa's workshop. And if you're not familiar with where Al's Barbershop used to be, it's, oh, we got a caller. Castro Valley News.
Yeah, hi, Bob. This is Bob.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
Good. So, can I talk briefly about Chanticleers?
Oh, sure, sure, absolutely.
Okay. So, I'm not part of I'm not part of Chanticleers, although I have performed there twice. But it is an incredible resource in our community, and like all community theater, because I'm involved with a number of them, they are really hurting because basically they've been closed for a year.
Right.
And so one of the things that they're doing, and if you people who have part of the season ticket package, this will be included, is on Saturday, and it's going to be all day because it's a continuing streaming thing. They're going to be doing a radio broadcast of It's a Wonderful Life. And if you go to the website and get information about it, it's I think $10, and then you can listen to it anytime you want. But anyone who is interested in supporting community theater or supporting Chanticleers and just interested because it's a Christmas story, it's a holiday themed story. I just wanted to let people know. I was hoping I could get the director for Chanticleers on, but he's out of town today, and he wasn't able to call. And it's just this little place that used to be a gym in the middle of a park, and people don't even know it's there, but they do some really, really remarkable work.
And that's at the community center park, correct?
Anybody could support them would be really, really appreciated.
They're at the community center park, correct?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And it's a little black box. It only seats 100 people.
Yep.
And it was interesting when we did Fiddler on the Roof there. Al Priotti, our barber,
yep,
actually played the rabbi. He, because he's an actor anyhow, because he does all the Charlie Chaplin things
yep,
and stuff like that. I got to play Laser Wolf, which is the biggest part I've ever had. And I don't really consider myself much of a actor, but it was one of these things where they did a casting call and they really needed the dudes. He said, well, you can read, you can sing, go ahead and play it. It was a lot of fun, but we had a cast of about 36 people in a theater that only holds 100 people.
Wow.
It was an interesting logistics in the way it was put together.
I bet that's a small place.
Right. And then I also did 3 years ago. They did Christmas in Oz for the East Bay Children's Theater as a fundraiser, and they do some. They did the Addams Family recently, and they've been around forever.
Oh yeah. But, they are.
But like I said, anybody who might be interested, just check out their website.
Would it be chanticleers.org?
Chanticleers.com, actually, but and find out if somebody can support. That would be great.
Is it chanticleers.com or chanticleers.org?
You know what? Let me while we're talking, let me
no worries.
Google it real quick. I can do that.
And you're mentioning Al Peretti. He's a heck of a guitar player too.
Oh, it was interesting in that the director for Fiddler, he since passed away. He was a character. He was a Borscht. He grew up in a suitcase. A Borscht Belt. At one time, he was the youngest. He was billed as the world's youngest drummer when in the Catskills. And that lasted till Little Ricky came along, and then he was younger. But he really wanted Al to do this because he's such a good actor, and so he loved the Village Barbershop, which we miss, although all those guys have moved over to Redwood Road, and all those guys are musicians.
Yep, they are.
If you start talking to music about them, they're really fascinating people. And of course, for Fiddler, we all had to grow beards, and for our cast party, we had it at the barbershop. And they gave us all hot shaves. Nice. Which I'd never had before, and that's something that
I did once, and it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's something I might do when I get over my little ordeal that I got to go through tomorrow. That I might just treat myself with.
There you go. Al is amazing. Al is awesome. I wish he would do the Chaplin thing more, but I haven't seen it for a while, but Al is awesome.
Yeah, he
super talented.
He is super talented. In fact, I just had it. Where did it go? Oh, heck.
And super nice and extremely generous.
Oh, absolutely.
He is a walking encyclopedia of jazz as well, which I appreciate.
I don't doubt that. He's definitely
he's an aficionado of jazz, and I love that.
He is there you go, Chanticleers Theater in Castro Valley. Not Yelp, but I want to go to the website.
So are they doing like a paywall Zoom thing, or how are they doing that? Is it just a donation?
I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Okay.
Because I have been kind of
out of the loop.
Well, yeah, and I'm personally involved with this thing I've got going on in Eden tomorrow. So
okay.
I appreciate all the nice nice thoughts that people have posted on Facebook.
That's our community. That's our community.
Come on, directions, share, call. Where the heck is the website for this thing? I don't want Yelp.
There. Yeah, you don't want Yelp.
You can tell them. You can tell I'm not particularly trying to do this on my iPhone. I got pictures of everything they've ever did, but where's the website?
Well,
Google Chanticleers and it comes right up.
It'll come right up. Yeah.
Overview. How about that? Well, I just try this.
At chanticleers.org. We've got it. We'll post it in the thread as well, and all the info will be there. That would be cool, especially since we're all at home for the holidays.
Well, that was the whole point, because as a theater person, I was supposed to play an Annie in Tri-Valley Rep this last summer, and that's been postponed. Hopefully we'll get to do it next year. But you go through the whole audition process, and it's just, you
It's
love
real.
the whole process and the shows and like that, but you go to audition and you hope to get a part, and you hope not to get rejected, and all actors have very, very thin egos.
Yep.
And when you don't get cast, oh, they didn't like me. Well, there's a whole lot of reasons why you might not get cast and like that. And I allow myself to feel bad about it for one day, but community theater is great. It gives so many kids, especially working with kids, so many opportunities to explore new ways, and I didn't start doing it until I was almost 50 years old. So I got to miss out on all the good young parts. Now I just look for shows that have parts for old men who might be able to sing a song, and I can sing a few notes and do a couple moves, and then sit down. And it's like do Music Man, and there's a big dance number in Shapoopy, where the kids dance, and it's a real hard dance number, and they're going all around. And as one of the adults, I'm usually just standing on a bleacher, and I think, Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy. The girl is hard to get. And then when the kids are all, and they have us singing loud because the kids are dancing so hard that it's
Right,
hard to
it's all
sing and
stomping.
dance at the same time. When it's all done, we can do it yet. And everybody goes, Shapoopy. And the kids are, just about falling on the floor, and the audience cheers, and I'm sitting in the background saying, thank you. I didn't do anything. It's something that's important. And we've had a lot of really good people from Castro Valley who've gone, starting in our community theaters, who've gone on to Broadway and done a lot of good stuff. And I would hate to see some of them disappear.
Yeah.
Because of what's had gone on in the last year.
Totally.
So
I agree.
When they get going, I will make sure that John Biaggi is in touch with you, and he can do one of these shows, and he can really talk about what they've done, and it's a hidden gem right in the middle of absolutely in the middle of our town that not that many people even know about, because the only way you even know it is you drive down Quail, and there's a little sign there, and they usually have a sign saying what their next show is.
Yeah. We have so many gems here in our community. We're so lucky.
Well, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling very upbeat. Hopefully at this time I'll be home tomorrow, but they're doing it at the hospital in case there's a problem. It's no big deal. Well, it is to me.
Oh yeah.
Everybody said I developed gallstones is what it is. I'm having gallbladder removed, and it's being done arthroscopic, and everybody says it's the most common surgery, and they do it all the time, and you'll feel bad for a couple of days, and then you'll be all fine. It's no big deal, and I agree. It's no big deal when you have yours done, but with me, I'm not quite so sure.
Yeah. Any surgery, any procedure, any of those things are scary. That doesn't matter, big or small. It's all relative. It's somebody kind of being invasive with your body, and it's unnerving.
But I've been going, in and out for some pre-op tests and stuff like that. And going in and out of the hospital, and they take my temperature, and they make sure I've got the right kind of mask, and because I'm trying to. I thought, well, maybe I'll put this off because of the COVID thing, and then these little attacks came out of nowhere and came very suddenly, and I go, nah, I got to get taken care of.
Yeah.
So I am, but
good for you.
The hospital, I actually was involved in working with Sutter in their seismic upgrades of several of their hospitals, including Eden. And, so I know, pretty much how every steel beam was put up and who put it up and where it was put up, and the importance of being seismically safe, because the old hospital, when the Hayward fault goes, would have been a very dangerous place to be.
Oh yeah.
And so the new building is modern, and I sat in countless meetings with doctors and nurses of what do you want and where do you want it, and how can I worked on the electrical systems, but how it's put together. So when they take me into a procedure room, I look around and go, yeah, that's right. That's where it's supposed to be. No, why did I put that piece over there?
You got a mental checklist.
Yeah, and I start talking to them as if they can put me out and say, okay, enough. Let's do what we got to do. But I'm looking forward to having this all done and being with you guys next week. And I really love these Tuesday shows. Please keep them up.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. They're a blast. They're a blast. I mean, you and everyone else who listens in, you guys make the show. I'm up here blabbing.
You didn't put the phone number out today, but I think my thing is to other people, call in. It's fun.
Yeah, or text.
Robert's very easy to talk to, and talk about what you think about what's going on in Castro Valley. Because the other thing I want to say, I'm sorry, I'm taking over the show.
That's okay. That's all right.
I have noticed I don't get out much because I'm a senior citizen, and my main track is between my house up in above Seven Hills to Safeway and back. But even around my neighborhood and driving just a little bit, I think we're going to have a banner year for Christmas lights this year.
I think so too.
And I've seen some of my neighbors. It's not something that I do, but I like other people doing it. It's like somebody has a boat. I love other people's boats.
Yeah.
I love other people who put up great Christmas. I know that one of the coolest ones is Bob Frary, the realtor.
Bob Fry, yeah.
Yeah, he has Bob Fry. He has
his show is amazing.
It's up on Trenton.
Yep.
And it's. You listen to it on the radio in your car and see the lights and like that.
Yeah.
If anybody has never been up there,
definitely check it out.
I saw a blurb on Facebook or somewhere that it's started. Absolutely, it's worth the trip.
It definitely is, and it's totally free.
And I don't know, when my kids were little, we used to go up to Columbia, and Columbia went really big on Christmas lights. I don't know if they still do that or not.
I don't know. There was a spot over in San Lorenzo that we used to always go to. It was over on Llewellyn, I believe, off of Llewellyn. And I think there were like 3 or 4 blocks that were just stunning lights.
There are a couple of houses on Christensen behind Chabot School.
Yep.
That really do things up. And, my grandkids look forward to it because they're not going to do as much as they normally do. But my 7-year-old granddaughter absolutely knows in her area which houses she needs to check out.
Hey, did you notice the day after Thanksgiving, every car had a Christmas tree on it?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
I read, I don't know if it was, I think it was on the news, on one of the news channels, main channel 2, that the day after Thanksgiving, the Christmas tree farm had to turn people away because they were too full. Yeah,
I saw that. It was actually on the Christmas Tree Farm's Facebook page. Yeah. And that's good because they're good people. They're really good people.
When I was younger and I decided I needed to cut down my Christmas tree, we went there every year. It became
it's a blast.
It's a blast, and we usually we'd wait till we have a visitor out of town like that, and we would take them to
show them how fun it is.
Yep.
Oh, it's so fun to do that.
Yeah, and that way you get a tree that's fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can't blame anyone else. You're the one who chose it.
So, anyhow, I will let you go back, and I thank everybody for the good wishes, and I'll get through this tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Best of luck, Bob. You're a champ. You got this.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you for calling in. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, thank you, Bob, for calling in. That was a surprise. So, like Bob said, we do have a phone line here. It's 510-331-9112. If you'd like to call or text is fine. One more time, best of luck to you tomorrow, Bob. You got this. And what I was mentioning when Bob called is the Castro Village. As we're talking about Christmas and we're talking about Christmas trees, you probably noticed the gigantic Christmas tree is back in the village. And since they will not be doing a tree lighting ceremony, which hurts because I love that event. It's such a fun event. You've probably seen the live streams. You've probably been there. But every year, the village put on an amazing show. They work with, I believe, Mel Speed And if you don't know Mel Speed, you should know Mel Speed because Mel Speed is awesome. And they also work with, oh gosh, they get the Castro Valley High Madrigals. I hope I said that right. They get they get that group out there to sing carols. They have a lot of the dance schools in town. They have those all those students come and do dancing. Shane Sharkey from Castro Valley School of Music is there doing. I think he MCs a lot. But anyways, because of the shelter in place, Castro Village will not be doing the tree lighting ceremony this year, but they are doing something that I think is really cool. They're doing another selfie contest like they did for Halloween. So basically, all you have to do is go and take a picture, could be a selfie or a picture of your friend or whatever, at the Christmas tree or Santa's workshop, which I was mentioning before. The Santa's workshop, there's a TV in the window that shows Santa making stuff, and there's Christmas music. It's really, really cool. There's also a mailbox if you would like to send a letter to Santa outside. Like I said, it's the former Al's Barber Shop, which is kind of catty corner. It's right below the clock tower, across from Aroma um, Indian restaurant. And also, if you've never been to Aroma, go to Aroma because their food is good. So that's a unsolicited advertisement, and they're great people too. But yeah, so if you can take a selfie or a photo outside Santa's workshop or the Christmas tree and email it to villagechristmascontest@gmail.com. It's spelled just like it sounds, villagechristmascontest@gmail. And what they're doing is they're giving out a $500 shopping spree at the store of your choice in the shopping center. And I would like to be able to name all the stores right off the top of my head, but I probably can't. I'll give you, you can imagine. I mean, Hallmark, Aroma, Ray Talbot, Eden Bicycles. You can get yourself a new bicycle. Who else is in there? Who else is in the village? Starbucks, if you prefer. Vitality Bowls, Walgreens, Ross, TJ Maxx. The list goes on, and my memory, frankly, does not for all the businesses in the village. But anyways, getting back to the meat of the conversation here, send in your selfie photo, and you'll be in the running for a $500 shopping spree at the store of your choice. But wait, there's more. The village will also send a $500 donation to the charity of your choice, which I think is really cool, especially during, the pandemic and with everybody sheltered in place. And that's great. I think it's fun. It's totally cool. So go to the village and number one, the local shop where our neighbors are, and take a photo at the tree or Santa's workshop, and you're in the running for a $500 shopping spree at the store of your choice in the village. With that said, we just had this past Saturday was Small Business Saturday, and I mean, it's great, but I also think I think every day should be Small Business Saturday. Should be Small Business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Any day is a good day to support a small business. So we featured a lot of local places, and we, Castro Valley News, we are a small business as well. So it gets back to, if you would like to donate to us, we would appreciate it. And I know I don't want to sound like I got cap in hand. If you would like to support us, you can donate any amount, any denomination. We will post up the link there for you to check out if that's what you would like to do. We'd appreciate it. We love you, and we, whenever we get donations, and we get quite a few, we get them often, which is fantastic. Um, when you're donating to us, it is one of the highest compliments that you can give us because it shows us that you appreciate what we do and you like what we do, and it shows that you see the value in what we do here with Castro Valley News. And um, I think there's a um, huge value to what we do. Um, so with that said, we will post the donation link on the page for your consideration. Thank you in advance if you do decide to donate. I did have a list, and I won't crumple it up because I've got some phone numbers on the other side there. Um, Getting back to our local businesses and that situation and shopping local. When you shop local, you're helping your neighbors because a lot of our small business owners are folks that live in town, that live local. And like I mentioned earlier, it looks like we're going to have some more shelter in place restrictions coming. You know, restaurants are outside again. Please shop local. We need to rally around our local businesses so that they can stay open, so that they can continue to be. Um, I think really our local small businesses are really part of an important backbone to our community. Um, I can't stress it enough how important it is for us to shop local first and shop independent first. I know the chain stores and Amazon has, all these, the value might be there more than the small businesses, but like I said, when you shop local, when you shop places like One Bad Apple Records on Castro Valley Boulevard, where you'll find Don Shalpy, um, you're really enhancing our community, and you're helping your neighbors because, like I said, a lot of our local business owners are people who live in town. They live local. We are a local business. I live in Castro Valley. We are here. And with that said, we're kind of winding down, but I'll give the phone number one more time, 510-331-9112, if you would like to text a comment, complaint, confession, observation, or if you prefer to call, that's fine as well. 510-331-9112. Going back to the topic of senior citizens, I say this a lot. I'll say this one more time. Since we are still in the shelter in place and the restrictions might get um, stronger, if you have a neighbor who is a senior citizen, a family member who's a senior citizen, please, please check in on them. uh, Knock on their door, give them a call, send them a letter, send them an email, let them know that they are cared for, and if you can, offer your time to sit and talk with them or run an errand for them. The isolation that some of these seniors are feeling right now has got to be incredible, and it's confusing for everyone. It's confusing for me, the situation that we're in, because we hear all these things in the news that sometimes conflict, so we don't know what to think. We don't know what is reality, what is perception. So that confusion that I feel, that you may feel, has to be uh, more intense for these seniors. And please, if you can, reach out to a senior, reach out to your neighbor, reach out to people just in general. We're all in this together, and I know that's kind of a off the cuff saying, but it's true. Until this is over, we're all in this together, and hopefully, when it's over, we'll all be in this together as well, and still want to reach out to each other and offer a helping hand and a kind word. And gosh, we'll be able to see each other smile again. I was in the parking lot here at where our office is, and there was a woman who was walking by, and we have a fence and a gate and all this, and she was kind of far away. She was just doing her walk, and we exchanged a smile. And my smile turned into a grin, and I saw her smile turn into a grin. And at some point, it was like our faces were red and our smiles were so freaking huge. It was like it had to have been, for me, it was one of the first times that I exchanged a smile with another human being in a long time. And the mirror doesn't really count because I don't need to see my own ugly smile. Can share a smile with my dog, but it was just incredible. And it just it was awesome to be able to share that smile with another human being. And it's something that we don't get to do very often with people who are not outside, I guess, our little social bubble or whatever. But um, to be able to share a smile with someone and give someone a hug again who is not in your social bubble, I think that is something that is something I'm looking forward um, to getting back a lot of that humanity. With that said, I think we're at the end of the show. Nobody is calling in, nobody is texting, but that's okay. I still love every one of you. And we'll do this next Tuesday, 7 p.m. We will talk about issues and items of the day. Hopefully, we'll get some people texting in and maybe calling. With that said, Bob, have a great day tomorrow. You got this. This ain't nothing. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, and maybe we'll hear about the easy procedure that you have tomorrow. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for making Castro Valley News amazing. Without you guys, we really are nothing. You guys are the page. So thank you again. It is 7:57. We're about done here. Guys, be good to each other. Be good to yourself. And as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Thank you guys. Take care.